First question for Chris Whittingham. Chris, you're now unmuted.
Thank you, Molly. I wanted to start, Kieran, with the performance on the day. Your first start for a while. What did you make of how the game went and the difficulty to create chances in the final third?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had spells where we were on top, and then we had spells where they were on top. It was kind of like a slugfest. But at the end of the day, they came away. They were more lethal in front of goal, and we weren't. We did have chances. I felt like we created chances. I think it was important for us to try and keep our composure on the pitch after the first goal because, you know, I think a few of us thought that it was certainly a foul on Pozuelo, and then I'm not sure about an offside, but I think there was a few debates about an offside. So that was a tough one to swallow, but, you know, overall, we can't sit and moan about decisions over the course of the season. You know, we'll hopefully get our fair share. But yeah, that was probably my take on the game.
Next question, Michelle Kaufman.
Hi, Kieran. Can you talk about how difficult or challenging it is to play on a field that's so narrow and so cramped? You know, they're used to it. They play there all the time. What challenges do you think that played a factor at all?
Yeah, I think so. A few overhit passes, which probably you don't normally make. But we knew leading up to the game that the pitch was narrow. We were made very clear. So no excuses on that part. But yeah, it was definitely an adjustment for sure.
Ian Hess.
Hey, Kieran, I just wanted to wonder what the locker room's like right now, how you guys are feeling. Obviously, you know, a tough loss against the reigning MLS Cup champions, but how do you guys feel with probably one of the most important games of the season coming up in the playoff race?
Yeah, we know there's no time to sit around and mope. We've got, 13 or 14 games left, and there's still a long way to go. We've put ourselves in a good enough position to, you know, kick on for the last part of the season. So I feel like the boys are, you know, it's important to keep composed at this time. But at the same time, we need to really put our foot on the gas at the right time and raise the level so that we can give ourselves the best chance of getting in the playoffs.
Chris Whittingham.
Kieran, how personally do you feel at the moment after starting on Tuesday night, starting again tonight? How did your fitness feel as the second half wore on?
Yeah, it's a league where you have to be super fit, so it's always gonna take time. But I'm happy to, you know, completed. I don't know what it was, maybe 8 minutes. Probably been quite a while since that, so I was definitely feeling, you know, a bit of fatigue towards the end because these games in this league are very end-to-end and very unpredictable. So you have to be ready at all times. And yeah, you know, being able to be fit is key in this league.
Last two questions, Franco and then Michelle.
Thank you, Molly. Kieran, Phil said earlier this week that the road form during these last few months of the season would probably determine whether you guys make the playoffs or not. Obviously, it's been an area where you've struggled this year by and large, although lately you guys seemed to be starting to turn the corner with the Dallas result and then a good performance in Orlando. Obviously, you guys lost that one late. Today, I thought you guys put forth a valiant performance, just didn't get the result. I mean, how do you guys go about on the road for the stretch run of this season? Is it a mentality thing? You know, what do you attribute it to as one of the veteran players on this team?
I think, you know, we're implementing what we're being told to do on the most part. I do think that, you know, tonight can go a different way if Robbie, who's been in great form, puts his chance away. and the game can swing either way. So we have to we have to be have more conviction when we have momentum in the game, and really take our chances, because especially when you come up against a good team, they're not going to give you many chances. So, but the team will remain focused on what we need to do. We have a home game next week, so we need to regroup, and then we have a long trip away. So there's a big couple of weeks coming up, but the groups remains together, and we'll keep fighting.
Last question, Michelle.
Kieran, I'm just wondering what Phil's message was to you guys at halftime and also after the game. Thanks.
Probably just what I said. We have 14 big games left, or 13, I don't know. And so it's important to remain together. We're showing signs. We're just not showing enough for enough longer periods of the game. So that's what we need to try and work on. He wants us to try and keep our composure with decisions that are made that are out of our control, because obviously it can frustrate players when we put a lot of work into coming to play games, and we want to make sure that decisions are being properly dealt with. So, because it can affect players after, if someone feels that there's been unjust, it can affect them later on in the game, and they can react to a challenge and get a yellow card, and it leads to one thing leads to another. And so he just wants us to try and keep our composure in those moments and not react to decisions, which I think is important.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.